Hello, here's the problem number 9 of the second linked list assignment, and in this problem we have to sum up two linked lists and return the sum of these two linked lists. So for example, we're given these two linked lists with the numbers like 5 to 4 and 5 to 4 and 3. This linked list is actually representing this number 45, so it's like from the end, like it's the last digit and it's like the first digit, like representing the 45, and this linked list is actually representing 345, and the sum of these two numbers will be 390, and so we need to return this number with this linked list where our 0 is our first node, 9 is the second, and the 3 is the last node of our linked list. So how are we gonna do this? In order to solve this problem, we will declare two nodes. One is current and another is new head. The initial values will be null. Then we'll we will have this L1 and this L2 representing the first node of each linked list, and we will be checking each node, the values of nodes, and we will be adding up it to each other. After that, taking the sum, if it's not to decimal number, we will be just storing it to our current node, and after that we'll just move our current node to the next element. But if there will be two decimal, two places, like 10, like in this case, we'll have carry variable which will be storing the numbers when there is like two-digit numbers. So in this case we'll be storing 1, just storing 1 in our carry variable, and putting just, for example, 0 for our current node. So let's just write me code here. Here I will be returning list node. I will call it add two numbers, list node L1 and list node L2. So first list node will be for new head, which will be equal to null. Another list node will be for current, which will be equal to our new head. And I will also declare nodes like L1 and like Q, just to use these nodes to go, like as a pointers to go to traverse through all nodes of this given linked list. And another variable will be carry, just to store the not remainders but the first digit of the two placement numbers, so the initial value will be null. And I will initialize while loop when like either P or Q will not be null. So if one of these will be null, in this case, like here, I will be like adding it with the 0, because it not gonna make a change it's not gonna make us any sense, but still it will be helpful for my calculation in my code. So here will be temporary variables which will be representing the digits from the each node of the linked list, and in this case I will be checking if p is not null. Is not in this case I will using this definition. I don't remember how it's called. And so if p is not null, I will be returning the value of p, but if it's null, I will be returning the 0 for x variable. The same will be for y, where I will be checking if my q is not null or not. So if it's not null, so I will be just storing q value, but if it is, I will be storing 0. Then there will be variable for result of adding up to x and y, but for further cases when we will be dealing with the second, third, fourth nodes of the linked list, I will also need to consider carry value, where we'll be storing the first digits of the two place numbers. Like, so our sum will be the sum of these three variables. After that, our carry will be always sum divided by 10, because like we'll be just storing the numbers for carry when like it's greater than 10. So it could be 10 itself. So in this case, carry will be storing just 1, or it could be 12. In this case, it also will be 1. It could be 22, but it's not could be 22, but still we will be dividing by 10 just to get this 1 in case it's greater or equal to 10. Then we will be just moving our current next, and in this case we will be just declaring new list node where we'll be putting our sum, but sum just the last digit. So in this case we'll be just calculating the remainder of 10 from sum. So if, for example, if it will be like 10, so remainder of 10, it will be 0. So in this case, this node will be just represented by 0. But if it will be 12, so in this case, it will be represented by just 2. And 1 will go to our carry for further calculation. And yeah. So once, and if then after this calculation, we will just move our pointers of each linked list. So we'll be just moving p to the next node of our linked list. So p will be moving to the next, and q also if it hasn't reached the end. So in this case, we will be just also moving to the next node of this linked list. And after that, we will be just checking if we have still anything in our carry variable. So if our carry is not equal to 0, we will just make sure that this number will go to our to the end of our linked list. So we'll again just declare a new node with this carry value, and we'll be pointing our current next to this node. And after that, we'll just return will just return new head next, because our new head actually is the null, and we'll be just pointing to the next node, which will be representing the new header of our linked list. So let's check it out if it works or not. So for example, we have this first linked list, like, and second linked list 5, 4, 3. So we're declaring this current variable and this new head. So here we have P and Q pointers, and also we have carry variable. So we're adding up these two numbers, it gives us 10. So in case it's 10, so 1 goes to be stored at the carry, and 0 it goes to, it will be a new node 0 where we'll be pointing our current next. So current next, which is actually null right now, will be pointing to 0. After that, we'll move our P and Q. Again, will be add up, so it will give us 8. So we have some number in carry, it will 1, so it will be 9. We again put it under new node, which will be 9. And since our current is here, okay, I forgot just to move my current here from current next. So my current is here at node, and my current next will be pointing to this 9. Okay, then I will just move my current to 9. Then my P doesn't have any nodes, so here I will be, imagine that I have a 0, so 0 plus 3 will be 3, and I don't have actually anything in my carry, because of here when we were calculating the carry, the number was 9 by 10 will give us the 0, so I will just declare a new node with the 3 value in it, and I will just pointing my current to this 3, and at the end, since my new head was here at null, I will just return my new head next, which will be 0.